Hi, mamas. My name is Koya, and welcome to this balanced prenatal yoga flow. This class is intended for mamas who have had yoga experience pre-pregnancy. We are in our 16th week of pregnancy, and for this pregnancy, it seems like it's just flying by. My first one, I felt like it was very slow, but can't believe we're already 16 weeks. Thank goodness my nausea has finally subsided. I'm feeling a little bit more energy, although some days still have exhaustion, but it's definitely improved. Digestive issues have also improved since the second trimester has started, although a little bit later than I was anticipating. Still have some food aversions, but that's pregnancy. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need 2 blocks, a strap. I'm currently sitting on a nice blanket. And then I have 2 bolsters, but if you have a couple firm pillows, that works. And then I also have a nice jacket to put on prior to Shavasana. So let's start in a comfortable seated position and close our eyes. We're going to put one hand over our heart and one hand on our growing babe. Take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Feel the belly pushing out and exhale. Gently open your eyes. Bring your hands to your knees. We're just going to do gentle circles with our hips. We're going to feel our torso coming forward. Hips are slightly tilting forward. And then exhale, we're going to come back. We're going to feel a slight rocking sensation between our 2 sit bones. Forward, inhale, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's reverse the other way. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale. Let's just come to a neutral position here. I am sitting on a blanket. If that feels comfortable for you, please do so as well. We're going to do some head rolls. So head rolls to the right. Do 8 to the right. 1, 2 big circles. Feel like you're drawing a circle with your nose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your shoulders down. 6, 7, 8. Bring your head back up. I'll do shoulder rolls back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more shoulder roll back, opening up the chest. Clasp your fingers together. We're going to do some wrist rolls here, just very gently. You're going to do a figure 8 with your wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your hands down. Inhale, raise your arm up towards the sky. Left arm comes down to the mat. Just do a really nice side stretch. Feel like you're lengthening out of the right side of your body. You can bend your left elbow. Inhale, reach the arm over to the side. Lengthen through those ribs. Exhale. Inhale, come back up. Other side. Exhale. Come over to the right. Left arm up and over the ear, reaching towards the right side of the room. Try to keep your spine straight. Bend the right elbow. If you can rest on your forearm, you can do that as well. Lengthen all the way through the left side of your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale into that left side. Lengthen and exhale. Inhale back up. I'm going to move the blanket from out underneath me. Just move it to the side and come on all fours. Okay, we're going to keep our hands about shoulder width apart. Our wrists are just slightly pointing outward, so middle finger is pointing towards the corners of your mat. Have your knees slightly wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to do some cat-cows here. So inhale, we're going to press our tops of our feet into the ground, drop the belly, open the chest, gaze goes up. Inhale. Exhale, belly button to spine, round under, press firmly into the palms. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, belly button to spine, round over. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, widen those collarbones. Exhale. Inhale, neutral spine. I'm just going to rotate our hips to the side. We're going to do what they call it, like wagging the tail. So shift your hips to the right, gaze over towards your right hips, over the right shoulder. Try to keep a neutral spine here. Inhale back to neutral, straight. Exhale. Shift your hips to the left, gaze over the left side, as if you're looking at your left foot. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Lengthen out of the left side of the body. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Neutral. Exhale. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, left side. Inhale, neutral. And let's just do some pelvic circles. So whatever feels good to you here. You can have your hips go in a circle one way. Really feel that you're moving the hips all the way right, tucking under, all the way left, and then back up. Try to move with your breath here. Don't forget to switch the other side. And come back to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, and come into your first downward dog. Again, keep your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. Shoulders are down, pressing firmly into the palms of the hand. Heels are pressing towards the mat. Engage those thighs, belly button to spine. Relax your neck here. Shake your head side to side. Maybe do a couple nods. Let's do 3 deep breaths here. Really feel out this pose. Press your hips up and back. And gaze forward and walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Make sure your blocks are in front of you. We're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine. Really feel the crown of your head lifting and pressing outward towards the front of your mat, towards the front of the room. Shoulders are down, belly button to spine. Lift your kneecaps upward, thighs are engaged. I'd keep a straight spine here. Ribs are in and down. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your hips, come all the way up. We're going to do some ankle rolls here, so I'm going to face you. Just bring your right foot back underneath you and just do 8 rolls with your ankle right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and change feet. Left foot back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now bring your feet together, bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs. Knee rolls to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your legs back out, wider than hip distance apart, hands to your hips. Do some hip rolls here. 8 rolls to one side. And really feel like you're making big circles with those hips. So trying to get that pelvis prepared for her actual birthday. All these muscles loosening up, ligaments are loosening. Trying to keep those joint spaces lubricated and happy. One more. And the other way. Full circles. Try to isolate which direction you're going. If you want to slow down, you can slow down. One more. Okay, good. Come back to the front of your mat. We're going to keep our feet hip distance apart. Inhale, arms come up towards the sky. Lifting through the crown of your head, shoulders are down, pressing firmly into the ground with your feet. Exhale, fall forward. Flat back, find your blocks. We're never going to fully come over that belly. We want space for a happy baby. Inhale, flat back, thighs are engaged. Exhale, bend the knees, come all the way back to downward dog. Inhale the plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. You can always come down to your knees if it's uncomfortable to come to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Come all the way down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Press firmly into the tops of your feet. Engage the thighs. Roll the inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Gaze is up. And exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths here. Keep your feet wide. Gaze to the front of your mat. Walk your feet forward. Keep your feet wide. Find your blocks. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to hips all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend your knees, come to downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, 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 downward dog. Inhale, plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Stay here for 2 breaths. If this hurts your wrists, come back to downward dog. Exhale, downward dog. You don't need to stay in upward dog. It just feels really beautiful to have your chest open. Gaze between your hands. Walk your feet forward. Find your blocks. Inhale, lengthens the spine, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees. Find your hips all the way back up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Arms reach up and around towards the sky. Exhale, fall forward. Find your blocks. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Thighs engaged. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. Exhale, walk towards the front of your mat. Lengthen through the spine. Flat back. Exhale, bend your knees all the way up. Inhale, lengthen through the spine again. Arms reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, flat back. We're going to exhale, bring your left leg back. We're coming to a low lunge. Left knee on the ground, untuck your toes. If you feel more comfortable, you can keep your hands on the ground. Otherwise, inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers. Really try to lengthen up through your hips. Be gentle on your hip. We don't want to press too far forward. We really want to offer space to this left hip flexor and our left hip space. But it's really easy to push too far here, especially with all the hormone or the main hormone relaxin slowly increasing in its potency throughout your body as you progress during pregnancy. Exhale, hands down. Go straight to chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. At the end of your next exhale, step your left leg forward. Drop the right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, arms up. Low lunge. Again, we're really gentle on that right hip. Shoulders down, ribs down. Exhale, hands on either side of your feet. Step your right foot in, find your blocks. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, engage the thighs. Bend your knees, exhale. Inhale, arms reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, reach the right leg back, low lunge. Untuck the toe. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, arms down. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. At the end of the next exhale, step your right foot forward. Untuck the toes, low lunge. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, arms down. Step forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Bend your knees. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, left leg back. Low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, left leg forward. Low lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step in. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, straight back. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your hips, all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Last time. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. Exhale. Right leg forward. Low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to hips, come all the way up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale. We're going to step the left foot back. Ground the back leg. Inhale, warrior two. Feel free to shorten your stance here. If you have a little bit too much pressure on your hips here, just feeling like you're overstretching, that is not what we want here. We want to feel like we're lengthening through the pelvic floor, offering babe more space down here. Ultimately, we're preparing our whole pelvic region for birth, strengthening our body for birth, and of course, post-birth. Lengthen through the hands, shoulders down, ribs are in and down, belly button to spine, thighs are actively engaged. Relax your jaw. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips, directly in line. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left arm comes down the left leg. Right arm is reaching up and over the right ear. Shoulders down. Lengthening through the right side of the body. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands on either side of the front foot. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. Exhale, right leg forward. Ground the back leg. Windmill your hands up. Warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Rotate the front leg towards the long side of your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Rotate your shoulders down. Open the chest up towards the sky. And exhale. Reach your arms up and over your head. Engage your thighs. Feet are relaxed. Relax your neck. Shake your head side to side. With each inhale, feel like your arms are reaching away from your body. And as you exhale, they're falling further over your head. Exhale, bring your hands to the low back. Bend your knees, flat back all the way up. Rotate the left leg out. The back leg is your back foot, rotated slightly in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior two on the left side. Strong arms reaching in opposite directions. Left knees tracking over left ankle. Shoulders tracking over hips. Low belly engaged. Thighs engaged. Shoulders are down. Relax the jaw. Gaze is over the left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand tracks down the right leg. Left arm up and over your head. Gaze is up. Inhale, windmill your hands on either side of the front foot. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One breath. Exhale, step the left leg forward. Ground the back leg. Inhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Left leg turns towards the long side of your mat. Interlace your fingers opposite of what you did before. Rotate the shoulders down and back. Reach their hands down and exhale, fall forward again. Hands it up and over. Thighs engaged. Relax your neck, shaking your head side to side. If this is too much for you, you can just bring your hands down so the palms are just flat on the ground. And just try to keep a straight back here. It's still very, very therapeutic and a good back strengthening exercise. But if you want the shoulder opener, keep your hands here. Exhale, bring your hands to the low back. Find your hips, bend your knees, straight back all the way up. Rotate the right leg out. We're going to shorten the stance here. Come to Trikonasana. Track heel to arch. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach your arms forward and come right hand to right shin. Gazes up, left arm reaching up towards the sky, lengthening all through the left side of the body, as if you're trying to reach these ribs up towards the ceiling. Thighs are engaged. The elbow crease of your right arm is pointing towards the front of your mat or towards your right foot. Really spread those fingers of the left hand. Keep your low ribs in and down. Inhale up. You're going to bring your hands to their hips and try to square your hips towards the front of your mat. So that means we need to widen our stance here. So bring your right foot towards the opposite wall and your left foot a little bit wider. So we're not just standing on a balance beam, but we're widening our stance to maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Bring that left hip forward. You can either come to reverse prayer here, or you can grab each shoulder or elbow, rotate the shoulders down and back, gazes up, really open up that chest and collarbones. Inhale and exhale, fall forward. You can also bring your hands to blocks if that's more comfortable for you. Now we're having our belly button to the left of our right leg. We don't want our babe having pressure or any pressure on the abdominal cavity here. So make sure our belly is to the left of our leg. Thighs are engaged. Keep a straight spine here. Lengthen through the crown of the head. If you need to check to make sure your hips are parallel with the ground, just bring your hands directly to your sacrum and make sure not one hip is lifted up. Like this would be my left hip is lifted up, and we're going to spill a glass of water that would be sitting on our sacrum. We want our hips straight and parallel with the mat. If you want to use blocks, you can have them on either side of the front foot. Straight spine. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the front knee. Reach the left leg back. We're going to come to a low lunge. So here, we're going to bring both hands on the inside of our right foot. And we're going to do some hip circles here. So I want you to imagine that there's a big circle underneath you, like a hula hoop. I'll use this as an example. There's a big circle right underneath you, and our hips are trying to draw a circle just around that hula hoop or that. This is a Pilates device, but we're drawing circles just around that device. As big or as small as feels right to you. So you're going to inhale, hips to the right, down, left, and up. Exhale. Inhale, exhale back. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. Now our hips are starting out to the left, going down, right, and back up. Big circles. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Really good. Bring your foot towards the center, right arm on the outside of the right foot. Let's do a chaturanga here. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a couple breaths here. At the end of the next exhale, step your right foot forward. Ground the back leg. Inhale, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Right leg is going to rotate. Left leg is going to rotate out. Shorten the stance. We're coming into Trikonasana on the left. Heel to arch. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen through the spine. Up and over. Exhale. Left arm's reaching forward and down towards the left shin. Right arm reaching up. Fingertips are spread. Lengthen through the whole right side of the body. Feel like each rib is opening up just a little bit deeper with each inhale. Inhale back up. Make sure you grab your blocks if you use them on one side. Okay, we're gonna widen our stance to about hip distance apart. Rotate the hips towards the short side of your mat on the left. We can either take reverse prayer or grab your elbows. Inhale, lengthen upwards, open the chest, collarbones wide, and exhale, fall forward. Make sure your hips are parallel with your mat. Check with your hand. And at any time you can release that chest opener and bring your hands to the blocks. Sometimes I feel like when I bring my hands down, I'm getting more of a lengthening through that left hamstring, which feels really nice. Keep those thighs engaged, kneecaps pulled up. On the next exhale, bend that left leg, reach your right leg back, come to a low lunge, and just bring that left foot closer to the long length of the mat on the left. Both hands to the inside of the left foot. We're going to do hip circles here. So start with the hips going left, down, right, and up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and reverse. This always feels a little bit awkward to start. You gotta find your rhythm and feel out where your body is. But once you figure out that visual with that circle underneath you and how you're drawing that circle, it's a really wonderful thing to do every day to keep your hips mobile and become more mobile as your pregnancy progresses. One more. Good. Now bring your left foot towards the center of your mat. Reach the right leg back. Chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. 2 breaths here. Really push those hips back and up. Exhale, left leg forward. Ground the back leg. Warrior 2, inhale. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Rotate the left leg towards the front of the room. We're gonna heel toe our feet inwards. Just try to do a balance pose here if that feels right for you. If you're feeling unstable due to just having extra weight on you, please come up to a wall. We're gonna do a tree pose here. So really ground in both legs, have them feet hip distance apart. Ground in both legs. Shoulders rolling down and back. Shift your weight to the left foot. Straighten that left thigh. Kneecap was pulled up. Really want to feel that strength in that left thigh. And first, just bring your right foot to your calf. If you feel stable here, you can grab that right foot and bring the heel into the left groin crease and press that entire sole of your foot firmly into the left thigh. The left thigh is then opposing that force, pressing into the sole of your foot. Right knee is pressing down towards the mat, and you kind of feel this subtle hip opening sensation. We want to feel like our pelvis is not tilting backwards or doing too much of a tilt under, but it's in a neutral position. You really feel those pelvic floor muscles lifting upwards. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Just have a nice little balance here. Gentle gaze down and forward. And release. Grab a hold of that right foot, left hand to hip, and release. Feet hip distance apart. Ground in those feet. Lengthen and strengthen that right leg, pulling up out of that hip. We're going to shift our weight over to that right leg. First, bring the sole of the foot to your right calf. If you feel balanced here, grab your left ankle. Your heel goes up to that groin crease of the right side. Press the entire sole of the foot into the right thigh. Once again, opposing forces coming in and shooting down. Left knee is pressing downward. Feel that subtle hip opening. Hands to prayer. Gentle gaze down and out. And release. Both feet coming to the ground. Just do nice, gentle bending of the knees. We're going to rock from right side to left side. Really nice. Bring your feet a little further than hip distance apart. Keep a block close by. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, Kamatamadasana. Bend all the way down. Now, if this feels like it's way too much pressure on your hip joints and your pelvis, bring a block directly underneath your sit bones and have a seat. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Sometimes it feels actually better because you feel like you can lengthen upwards a little bit more. Bring your hands to prayer. Use your elbows to gently press your knees further open. Really feel like you're lengthening upwards. Try hard to keep your feet from rolling inwards, but we want to keep the backs of our feet planted into the mat. Lengthen up. Let's do a few nice deep breaths here. Collarbones are opening and wide. I'm going to remove the block. Feel really good here. Have some extra gravity helping to open up my hips. Okay, bring your hands behind you and sit on your bum. We're going to bring your feet straight out in front of us. I'm going to continue facing you, but if you want to have your feet on the mats, that's totally reasonable. If you feel good here, fantastic. You can also grab a blanket and put it underneath your sit bones if you just want a little bit more support or you're having a little bit of back pain. Keep your toes or your feet flexed upwards. Not so much that we don't want the heels lifting off. We want the heels flat. Thighs are engaged. Put your hands down on either side of your hips. Just feel this lengthening upwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find a neutral spine. Do little subtle adjustments here. We don't want your hips curving, and we don't want the low back arching, is what I should say. We really want a neutral spine here. And then inhale your arms up towards the sky, palms facing each other. Shoulders are down. Fingertips spread. And exhale, fall forward, Paschimottanasana, but keep your legs wide. We want nice space for the belly to come between. I like to wrap my two index and middle fingers around my big toe mound with my thumbs pressing into the big toe nail. Shoulders are down, and I'm bending my elbows to draw myself slightly more forward, but trying to maintain a straight spine. Thighs engaged. Inhale back up. Let's take a wider leg stance. Bring your legs out. Don't press too far out, but just something that's comfortable here. The backs of our legs, we want flat on the mat. Heels are still, or feet are still flexed with the heels pressing down into the ground. Thighs engaged. We're going to bring our hands down in front of us. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fall forward. Keep your sit bones firmly planted. Toes up towards the sky. We don't want them rolling forward. And just slowly lower yourself forward. Inhale, walk your hands back up. Oh, that felt so good. Could have stayed there forever. Bring your feet together. We're actually going to come to a supported Baddha Konasana. I'm going to move my blocks and I'm going to get my bolsters and I'm going to set them up. We're going to do the same thing with pillows. So we want our bottom bolster to be facing the short edge of our mat, and the top bolster we want to be lengthwise. If you want to put a blanket down, please feel free to do so. And I'm actually going to put a jacket on at this point because we are cooling down here and I really don't like being cold. It distracts me. And then I'm going to grab my strap here, put it around my body. And we're going to put our sacrum or our low back directly up against where the bolster is located. We're going to bring our feet into our Baddha Konasana position so soles are touching and the strap goes directly around the feet. Okay. And then we're going to bring our hands to the bolster and slowly lower ourselves down and back. I'm going to wrap myself in my jacket. And I'm going to allow my palms to face upwards. My shoulders are down. I'm going to gently close my eyes, allow my chest to be open, my elbows staying down. Just take 10 deep breaths here. It should be really restful. And slowly open your eyes. If it's possible for you to remove the strap here, please go ahead and do so. Otherwise, find your bolster or your pillow and just roll yourself up. And remove the strap. Up and overhead. And we're going to come to Shavasana from here. So 2 wonderful resting poses. I love doing these right before bed, especially the Baddha Konasana, the supported Baddha Konasana. So we're going to sit on our left side and lower ourselves down. I am not comfortable sitting on my back anymore. It hurts my sacrum. So we're going to reach our left arm underneath the bolster. And our right leg we're going to straighten our left leg. Our knee and our ankle and our foot are both supported by our bolster or pillow. And our head and our arm is resting on the bolster. You can also use a blanket or, again, you could use a softer pillow. We're just trying to find the most comfortable, restful position. And we're going to do another 10 deep breaths here. So do that on your own time. And while you're taking these breaths, try to focus on connecting with Babe, breathing in to allow more space for Babe to grow, and knowing that Babe is growing and healthy, and that you have everything within yourself to grow a healthy, happy Babe. So go ahead, deep inhale, and exhale. And then release the attention to the count of breathing. Just breathe normally. We're going to press yourself up to a seated position. You just remove your legs from the bolster. Right arm presses into the mat or the bolster or the pillow or the blanket, whatever you're using. Come to a seated position. And move these to the side. And I like to end with some pelvic floor exercises. So find a comfortable position. I'm putting a blanket underneath my sit bones. I keep my jacket on. And it's really important to connect to our pelvic floor preparing for birth. Knowing how to engage and knowing how to relax. And this will significantly help us postpartum. So what we do is we know that when we inhale, our diaphragm is lowering downward, offering more space to our lungs. And as we exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and it's a passive exhale, which then allows the lungs to passively release in the air that's in that space. So When we inhale, as the diaphragm is coming downwards, I want our minds to connect to our pelvic floor, which is our urethra, what we use to pee from, our vagina, and our anus. So as we inhale, we're releasing all of those muscles. And as we exhale, as the diaphragm is coming back up and the breath is coming out of our lungs, I want us to engage the muscles used to hold pee, to pull up the vagina and engage the anus. So really squeeze, contract, lift. And then we inhale, the diaphragm comes down and we're releasing those muscles. Exhale, engage from the urethra, the vagina, the anus, pulling up into. Inhale, diaphragm comes down. Release those muscles down into the ground. You can close your eyes if that helps to connect. It helps me to connect. Visualize. Exhale, diaphragm releases. Everything is pulling up. Inhale. Diaphragm comes down. Release all of those muscles. Exhale. Diaphragm comes up. Engage those muscles upward. Hold. Inhale. Diaphragm down. Release those muscles. Almost as though you're pressing them downwards into the ground. Exhale, diaphragm recoils. Engage those muscles. Pull them up. Inhale, ground them down. Release. Exhale, pull up. Inhale, release. You can release your belly muscles too, if that helps. Exhale. Engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. And just relax. So that's essentially what when we talk about doing Kegels, that's essentially what we're doing. Everyone seems to focus on the engagement part, on the tightening and strengthening. But in birth, we also want to know how to release, how to relax those muscles, preventing tearing, which of course all of us would love to do. So try to do those every day. Maybe set a timer for 5 minutes to start and really focusing on connecting to that muscle group, releasing and engaging. Thank you for practicing with us. We're growing, feeling good, and I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Namaste. See you at 17 weeks. Bye.